Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosensia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on our 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide, Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and the YouTube channel and more. Take this Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia for great merchandise, books, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. Check it out today. Also support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, The Mike Wagner Show. You can buy Mike at buymeacoffee.com at The Mike Wagner Show. And you can also support us on Glow FM and many more. Make sure you support today. We're here with a terrific lady who is a book collaborator, ghostwriter, publisher, marketer, and develops storylines for prospective offers and completed and publicized 50 books so far. We'll talk about that. She's a graduate of UC Berkeley, wrote a weekly column called Meaning's Edge and the Daily Californian. She wrote for a medical ad agency, 2 McGraw-Hill magazines, became the public relations director for Madison Square Garden, and of course the New York March of Dimes, and director of special projects for the National MS Society. And she also has her own agency. She ran until 2005, and she later started helping authors and started New Voices Press, and she runs an amazing creative books and media company. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New York City, the amazing multi-talented book collaborator, ghostwriter, publisher, marketer, and a coach for prospective offers, and the owner of Katz Creative Books and Media.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Judy Katz. Judy, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm breathless from that opening, Mike, but thank you for giving me a platform to talk about my passion for helping people turn a good story, be it their life or their experiences or their business, into a successful book. That's my passion. It took me a while to get there. I was 65 when when I became a ghostwriter, and I'd love to tell you that story if you like.
Oh, you know something? I love to hear stories, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So I guess you can say, forget the questions. Let's have you just talk some stories. If I have a question, I'll say so.
Okay, that'll work for me. So it was 95 degrees in the shade 16 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had 14 people working for me in a midtown office.
Mm-hmm.
And I was tired of being everyone's Jewish mother. Everybody had a drama every day, and I wasn't writing. I was just being a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a beautiful 3-bedroom, 3-bath terraced apartment on the Upper West Side that was sitting empty, air-conditioned, beautiful, but I wasn't there. This is long before, everybody started working at home.
Mm-hmm.
But I came home, commuted back to this beautiful apartment, and I sat there and I said to myself, what can I do that I can work from home, that I don't need a whole big team around me, and that I can get, well paid,
Mm-hmm.
and have a different life?
Mm-hmm.
And ghostwriting was something fairly new 16 years ago. Now there are a lot more ghostwriters, but at the time, a lot of people didn't understand it. So there was a story that came out in the Associated Press about me becoming a ghostwriter, and the headline was something like, "Woman of a certain age transitions to ghostwriting, see your life as a book, a movie." Hundreds of people contacted me, which sounds wonderful. You'd think, whoa, you're all set. No, because every one of them would spend an hour or two telling me about their life or their story, many of them uninspired, unoriginal stories. But then when I got to money, even though the article said she does this as a business, they were like, pay you? So they wanted me to win the lottery for them, get them on Oprah, make their book a bestseller, write the book they couldn't write, make it a bestseller, and then they'd throw me something from the lottery winnings. So I went to a PR client who had a big Wall Street firm, and I said, you need a book. And he said, why? And I said, because it's the ultimate marketing tool. It will open doors for you. So we did a book. I wrote a very powerful cover letter for her, and she sent it out to the CEOs of all of the biotech and technology and, other companies that she was targeting. She didn't sell hundreds of thousands, millions of books, but she made millions of dollars because the business that she got was so intense from having that book and showing her authority. So one of the things that I say to people when I start with them is, I can't be responsible for how many books sell. That's the universe at work. That's marketing to some extent. That's a lot of things. But if you tell me what your wish list is, I will make that happen. The book will do that. So some people want higher paying clients. Some people want a global reputation. Some people want, just to get a story out there.
Mm-hmm.
And in the case of a Holocaust memoir that I did, he was a man who came here with $10 in his pocket after losing his entire family. And it's one of the most moving stories on the planet, called Angel of the Ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
But he came here with $10 in his pocket and built a $100 million business in New York.
Wow. Unbelievable. From $10 to $100 million? Oh my gosh, that's inspiring. I want to do that. We all should.
Read the book. So Sam Solas, he died at age 91 a couple of years ago, but he took me to Poland, and he was honored there, and we're trying to get his book made into a movie right now. So, and PBS did a documentary on it. So, there are a lot of things that can happen with a book. I have people, Mike, who come to me and they've already written a book. They're not looking for a ghostwriter. They're looking for some other kind of help. But they say to me, Judy, I spent 2, 3, 4 years writing my book. I put it on Amazon. They self-published. And no one's buying it. Why? And I say, well, what did you do to market it? And they say, market? And I say, would you open a retail store and spend a fortune fixing it up? And then on opening day, not advertise, just pray and hope that people will come in? You know, so a book is a business, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize, especially today, you know, when there's a lot of consolidation among publishers, and it's also easier than ever to get on Amazon with a book. And so there's a lot of, a million crappy books being put out there with all kinds of typos, not well written, not edited, and certainly not marketed. So, you know, my joy is helping somebody find the real story that they should tell. And it's only my opinion, but it's a very seasoned, experienced opinion because I know what the marketplace is. And sometimes the story that they need to tell and the life lessons that they need to offer are not what they think. So, you know, it really makes sense to work with another person, be it me or somebody else.
And I think that's really good as well, too. Let's talk about more of your favorite projects. I mean, I love that story about a guy coming with just $10 in his pocket, making $100 million, and you've got some other favorite projects. We'll talk about those in just 1 minute, but first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books, merchandise, and more. Also, support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, The Mike Wagner Show. And you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at The Mike Wagner Show, and also on Glow FM. You can support us and make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific lady who's a book collaborator, ghostwriter, publisher, marketer, and develops storylines for prospective offers, and the owner of Katz Creative Books and Media, Judy Katz, here on The Mike Wagner Show. I really love that story about a guy coming in with $10 in his pocket and turning into $100 million. You've also got some other favorite projects, and plus you've got a blog as well too, including my favorite ice cream. But first, I want to hear some more about your favorite projects as well. Tell me, this is so interesting.
Yeah, I would love to talk about my blog, but I want to say something about money first.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that I don't think anyone should ever have to apologize for what they charge for the work that they do. And, you know, some people, when they hear my fees, they say, oh, my gosh, you're so expensive. There are people who are a lot less expensive or cheaper than you. And I never argue with people. What I say is, well, a Timex tells time, and a Rolex tells time.
Right.
So my advice to people when you talk about money is always think of yourself as the Rolex. You know, because there are people who will pay. I mean, the last 3 books I did were $100,000 each. They took over a year. It is a very intense process to write a good book. And I have no apologies for what I charge. I also do something called a bikini. And interestingly, those are 60 to 100 pages and they're $35,000. And well worth it. Mark Twain famously wrote to a friend, if I had more time, I would have written you a shorter letter.
I love it.
Because, look, people get paid a fortune to come up with, GE, we bring good things to light. The log lines or the keywords or the motto. Those things take genius, you know? So coming up with a title, a subtitle, and then a 250, 300-page book, that's a lot of work. It takes a lot. So, I don't apologize for, what I charge. And that said, if somebody has a good story and I really believe that they can make a success of it, I will bring them to one of the talented younger writers I know who charge a lot less because they're just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I talk about CelebrEighty?
Absolutely. You know something? I was just going to get to that part. I got word. I was looking through your blog called CelebrEighty, and you celebrate your 80th at Dairy Queen. It's one of my favorites. Oh my gosh. It's like...
So let me tell you that story. CELEBR and then a capital EIGHT.
Mm-hmm.
Why? CelebrEighty is celebrating being 80. I'm 81 now. Celebrating being 90 or 100. My billionaire boyfriend died at age 99, 7 weeks shy of his 99th birthday.
Oh, wow.
7 weeks shy. And he was as sharp as you and I. Well, I hope I'm sharp, but...
You're definitely sharp. I got to say that. You're very sharp. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. But, he lived up to the moment. And, people are... One of the blogs that I wrote was about longevity. We're extending it all the time. The number of people who are living to 100 plus is growing constantly thanks to medical advances and so many other things, So, I decided that I wanted to write about the real people in their 80s and 90s and beyond. Let me just say that you can go to, I won't take out Appalachia or any other places, but there are people in their 50s and 60s and early 70s who are essentially little crab apples. They're toothless, they're old, and they don't have to be 80 or 90. They can be 50 or 60. Age, look at Mel Brooks, 95, and he's still producing. Betty White was almost 100, just 2 or 3 weeks shy of her 100th birthday, and still doing her wonderful work. I mean, there's so many examples, and not just among celebrities, famous people, rich people. The rank and file that you don't hear about. They're living longer, and they're, to me, retirement is a dirty word. I'll never retire because, I just love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And in today's world, I think that we need to respect and admire and be happy with our older people and not have the wrong idea about them. So I started to write these blogs, and I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people who are doing amazing things. And when you start Googling, people in their 80s and 90s who break records, they climb mountains, they are athletic, they lift weights, they run major businesses. It's unbelievable. And most people don't know that. And most corporations don't know that because those are the people that hold most of the wealth, and they're invisible. I always say the company that is going to realize this and maybe work with me a little bit on this CelebrEighty idea, we'll get the loyalty and love that, that will be recognized by this demographic.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I have what I told you earlier is a pathetic bucket list. I've traveled all over the world, so it's not like I haven't been here or there, although there's places I haven't been, but I'm not interested in travel. And I never had a Dairy Queen meal.
Oh, my. And I saw you had a Blizzard as well, too. It's like...
I had a Blizzard with little chocolate turtles and caramel and... Oh my God! So at 3 a.m, I don't sleep that well. I like to watch TV in the middle of the night, and that's when those Dairy Queen commercials come on, and it's mouth-watering. And I have a 75-inch TV, so you can imagine how big those Blizzards are.
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump into the screen, but no. So on my 80th birthday, my daughter Heather arranged for a car service. There was no Dairy Queen in Manhattan, and there was one in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So my assistant, Layla, who works in my business, and Heather and I got in a car, a Lyft, and we went to Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I made the mistake of ordering a large. You can have small, medium, or large. Oh, Mike, that thing went on forever. The hamburger and the fries sat there because, you can get lost in that large.
Oh, my gosh, I bet. And, of course, you can just say, a hamburger. Oh, God, you're making me hungry already, Judy. I'm going to go get a Blizzard afterwards.
I want to go back. Well, now, you ready for this?
Absolutely. In fact,
Sonic.
What's that?
I want a Sonic. Now I'm watching the Sonic commercials in the middle of the night.
Oh.
And they have some brand new sundaes that look decadent. So I've been on a keto diet. I just lost 9.5 pounds in 2 months. So I'm going to lose another 10 or so. And then I'm going to lose an extra pound. And I'm going to go to Sonic.
Oh, that's one of my favorites as well, too. That's up by where we are. And
Have you ever been to a Sonic?
We actually did. We were in Chicago. We went to one, and where we are in Bismarck, we went to one. We went up to Minot to grab one.
Wow.
They're really good. And you know something too? Another big one. It's a regional called Culver's, and I think it's mainly in the Midwest. But they got some excellent Wisconsin cheese curds. They've got some actual dairy shakes and sundaes and everything. So if you feel like coming out the Midwest, you want to come to Culver's, I'd be glad to take you out to one. And there's
another thing, this sounds so funny, but I go to, I've been going to some pricey restaurants around New York. I live on the Upper West Side, blah, blah, blah. But I discovered Applebee's, and I'm telling you, I had a steak there that was beyond. It was so good, and their cocktails are so good. And even, is it Cracker Barrel? That's another one that I discovered. My brother and sister-in-law live in Arlington, Texas, and my nephews live in Dallas. And there are a lot of wonderful restaurants like Cheese Factory and stuff like that I didn't even know about. And the other thing is they give you endless refills. I couldn't even believe it, because in New York they give you mostly ice with a little soda. And then it's like $3.95 for the next glass and the next glass. In Texas, they just keep refilling your glass. They even pull it away from you before you half finish. It's so different. But I love Cracker Barrel. They have a gift shop, and then you go in and you can have eggs, you can have all kinds of things, and it's so inexpensive. I'm really tempted to move there. I'm not kidding. If I could be near a Costco, my favorite place on the planet, Costco. I love these things.
You know something? We got them right here where I am at in my studio. So feel free to come up. I'll take you to Costco. I'll take you to Cracker Barrel, which by the way, my favorite fried chicken. Yes, we do. That's right. And it just opened maybe 2-3 years ago, and a lot of fanfare. Everybody's been going to it. My wife loves it. My daughter loves it. And my boys in Chicago love it. Family loves it.
That's
and
like
everything.
$1.50 for a foot-long hot dog with all kinds of relishes and a soda that's refillable. I mean, you could just stay there all day. Besides, I love to shop there. I just love it. So we have one in Manhattan now on 117th Street on the East River. And I take a car there with Layla, and we buy $1,000 worth of, like endless paper goods and coffee, K-cups, and all kinds of stuff like that. And then we take a van back, and the doorman comes running out to help us. It's a good life. But I love Costco. And I see these people, Mike, who just have like 3 things in their basket. And I've got 2 baskets overflowing on the checkout line. And I'm like, who are these people? So I said, why are you here for those 3 things? Well, I live around the corner. Oh, so that's why, because they live so close that they don't have to go crazy. I only go 3 or 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is something. You know something? That can be part of your blog, too. It's just like, going to a Costco and Applebee's.
Yes.
And of course, one of my all-time favorites is going to a special place with those roasted Scottish potatoes.
Oh, that sounds good.
You've never been to a McDonald's?
No, I don't eat in those kind of places. I think I'll stay with Dairy Queen and Sonic.
That was a joke I got told. It's like, you've been to a place that has roasted Scotch potatoes? No, you never been to McDonald's? So that made me think of it.
Yeah, no, I don't like McDonald's. I'm sorry, McDonald's.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And I mean, we can talk about food. We can talk about restaurants and all that. I mean, that should be part of your blog too. And of course, where can we find your blog at and all your projects? Yes.
Yeah. If they go to a friend of mine has like 3 million eyeballs all the time, and it's called silverdisobedience.rocks. Silver Disobedience, that's her movement. My beautiful friend Diane Grissel, and she has a big business, and she has she's a Wilhelmina model. And so she writes this daily blog herself that's very, very popular. And she gave me a section to do my blog, and it's really caught on. I mean, hundreds of people are writing. I have 4 or 5. I have 5 blogs out already, and
wow.
I think that people will. One just started on Facebook and on her website today. There's a new one on how I made a best friend in the pandemic down the hall when our dogs met. I think people will love that. And they all have pictures and stuff. I did one on cryonics and the delusion of thinking that someone's going to thaw you out 100 years from now. That's a fun one, So I write about anything that I feel has some relevance to, most people's lives. And I think your audience would really like the one about how we're all living longer and how to live not only longer, but better.
Yes, certainly well, too. And you talked about starting 5 blogs. We talked about CelebrEighty and also the CelebrEighty. That's it. CelebrEighty. Okay. Say it 10 times fast, guys, and you'll get a free Dairy Queen.
Right. Well, I do invite people to go to my website, which has all kinds of stories, and it has pictures of all the books, or almost all the books that I've done, and what they were about, and the story of how I work with people. But I mean, anybody listening who's in your audience can have a free consultation with me. And I'm really good about telling people, just after listening to them for 20 minutes, what book they should write.
And certainly will too. And of course, we'll get a few more in with the amazing Judy Katz of Katz Creative Books and Media, and we'll get to find out what's coming up for Judy Katz and more in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Mosenzi of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the amazing book collaborator, ghostwriter, publisher, marketer, and the owner of Katz Creative Books and Media, Judy Katz, after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Mosenzi. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamosenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the amazing, multi-talented Judy Katz of Katz Creative Books and Media.com here on the Mike Wagner Show. And Judy, we touched upon a number of stories and also how the process works. You know something? I'm just so inspired and I'm ready to write a book. And you might want to say, wait, Mike, explain. I have to explain it to you. So I write a book. It's like, once again, now what? Let's do the speed round. Here we go.
Well, I'll tell you how I work. Once I talk to somebody and we agree that they have a book, and we talk about, do you want to get a traditional publisher? Do you want to self-publish? If they want a traditional publisher, I get them an agent and we get a publisher. But today, self-publishing is a choice that even some of the biggest best-selling authors are choosing, because it's so easy to go on Amazon, put your book on, then you pay a publicist to, help you market the book. And a lot of publishers are not giving big advances. I mean, certainly there's, some prestige in having, a traditional publisher accept you, and I'm not saying that it's not so, but that's no guarantee of big sales. You still have to do your own marketing. They may get you a couple of reviews here and there, but that's all they're going to do. So you're saving the printing, essentially, and that costs virtually nothing on Amazon. You can go on that. It's such an easy process. So I'm a big believer in entrepreneurial publishing, particularly for business books. But the way I work is, after I talk to somebody and they agree in principle that they want a book, I do a lot of research on what other books are anything like it and on them. And then I do a writer for hire agreement that spells out the time frame and the payment schedule and all of the above. And then they pay in tranches as they get chapters. So, there's never the silent dread of, oh my gosh, is she working for me? Because I'm interviewing them 8-10 times, taping the conversation and then turning their words and their memories and their, whatever into chapters. And then I give them homework assignments. Well, when this happened, what was it like? Was it raining? Was it cold? Who was there? What were they wearing? All the details that makes something real.
Mm-hmm. Right. And of course, they can contact you for that. And you also feature some other things too, like with book reports, audio books, and book promotion, speaking opportunities, write byline articles, blog series, profiles, newsletters, and all that. I mean, you pretty much do it all, and it's well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of a one-stop shop because, to use somebody who knows your book so intimately as your publicist is an advantage, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something, I mean, it's another expense, no question, but you would pay somebody, and why not pay somebody who has helped you birth your baby? I'm the doula for your book. So why not talk to me about how to get you on all the talk shows, how to get you a TEDx talk, how to, tell the world about you, how to reach your audiences effectively. That's what I do. So it's a little bit unique there.
Mm-hmm. And of course, to celebrate, go for a Dairy Queen afterwards. So
yeah, absolutely.
and once again, where can we find you at, Judy?
I'm more than happy if people email me at jkatzcreative@gmail.com. J for Judy, K-A-T-Z, Katz Creative. That's my company, Katz Creative, @gmail.com. So, first send me an invitation to call you, or you call me. I'll give you my number, and we'll speak. And we'll see if you have a book in you, but most of all, I say to people, think about what you want your book to do for you. Because it is an expense. It is time, although I make it fun and comfortable and, easy. The book has to work for you. What is it that you'd like that book to do? Do you want higher paying clients? Do you want speaking opportunities? Do you have a compelling story that Netflix or one of the other streaming videos is going to jump on? So we can do all of that. But, think it through, because it's a serious decision.
Yes, it is. And of course, very indeed as well, too. And just for a few more minutes with Judy Katz, you've been totally amazing. And what else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Judy?
I think that one of my plans is to have 80 stories on my blog and then turn it into a book.
Oh, that's interesting.
CelebrEighty, the book. So 40 of the stories will be my blogs, and 40 of them will be interviews with people in their 80s and 90s and 100 who are doing remarkable things and have remarkable stories to tell.
Wow. I am certainly looking forward to it. And it's going to be it's going to be a couple decades for me, but put me on your waiting list. So
Well, I mean, you don't have to be 80. You could be 60 or 50 or 40 or 20 to appreciate your elders and to know that. I always tell younger people, you're just crawling out of the mud. You're brand new in life, and I love that I have experience. So would I go back to my beautiful young body? No. If I have to give up my experience and what I learned in life, I'll stay 81 with this brain, because I've learned so much about life, and I want to talk to people about their health, their attitude, their even romance. You can still find love and romance and sexuality of all kinds in our later years. That's another story, by the way. I was on Match and J-Date and some of the others, and I met the most remarkable people. I wrote a whole series about that for the Huffington Post.
Wow.
So I'm going to talk about some of my amusing dates as well.
Oh, you know something? I'm looking forward to it next time we talk as well, too, and more of your stories, and we'll do that. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Excuse me?
Who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
You know, I just loved Al Zuckerman, who is one of the top literary agents in the country, and he's a very close friend of mine. He recently retired. He actually found Ken Follett and helped him edit all of his books.
Oh, wow.
He edited Stephen Hawking's book, Michael Lewis's books. I mean, the man's a genius, and I learned so much about effective writing from Al.
Wow, that is amazing. I would have done that too. So what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
You know, I will tell people, this sounds so basic. If you want to write, don't keep thinking about it. Don't keep it in your head. You know, get out there and sit down and do it. You can always get it edited, or you can edit it, or you do a few versions, but stop talking about it and do it.
I think that's well said. You pretty much did so, and I'm going to do that myself too. Once again, book collaborator, ghostwriter, publisher, marketer, and the owner of Katz Creative Books and Media.com, Judy Katz on the Mike Wagner Show. Judy, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Love your stories. I'm going for Dairy Queen right now, and looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and look forward to hearing more of your stories. And before we go, once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people check out your works and your blogs and other things as well?
Yeah, my blogs are on Facebook. Go to silverdisobedience.rocks. Go to my website, katzcreativebooksandmedia.com, and email me at jkatzcreative@gmail.com. Love to all of you.
We will certainly do so, and we love you as well. Once again, Judy, a very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. We wish you all the best. You've got a great future ahead of you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.